And so in the Blue Basement, what were those like molding moments like? Like surely before the Blue Basement and after, and to who you are today, those Blue Basement moments were pretty influential to you. So what were some of those moments like? And like you've talked about how you trained 2 or 3 times a day, and it was pretty tough getting your butt kicked all the time and stuff like that, training with some of the best people in the world. What were a little bit of those moments like?
Yeah, like the ones that molded me, like, there's a handful of things, but I would say it was mostly just the process of figuring out what it takes to be good. Mm-hmm. So, for example, there was a point where I was training 2 to 3 times a day and doing it for months, and I was progressing because I would roll with people who used to beat me on month 1, and by month 9, they couldn't touch me. Mm. But it was more like, what do I need? Like, what does it take to really improve in terms of jiu-jitsu? And that means talking to other people, both hobbyists and competitors, and figuring out what are they doing right and what are they doing ineffectively and what are they doing effectively. Talking to talented members, right, of the squad or other people around them, and just figuring out, is this guy good because he's like is he good because he's memorizing all these movements? How come the other guy over there who is a little bit worse than him but has been training 3 times as long, how come he, what's happening? Like, I really was trying to figure out what was happening. Like, is it worth it for me to do 3 classes today? Or is it worth it for me to do 2? This person said this person said this person's 40 years old, ex-competitor, but this person's a 21-year-old competitor. Like, I literally would just question and just try to connect the dots for myself. So it was, I wouldn't say it was like one set moment or experience, but it was all these experiences combined together where, just like, let's say you're looking up at the sky and there's a bunch of stars. Imagine like trying to create a red line that connects all these stars together and helps you generalize and extrapolate information about like what it actually, what skill development is. Meanwhile, you also have Danaher telling you, this is how I believe skill development is. Gordon Ryan, we're going to go to the A2 axis. We're going to plantar flex. We're going to dorsal flex to defend the ankle lock. And I was really into this intellectualized type of talking, and, his ability to make things sound like an Ivy League textbook. Right. At the time anyways, because I was coming from a cybersecurity background and stuff like this. But it was always like, hey, if this is the best way to do things, how come I can't get it and other people I talk to aren't getting it and they're not understanding it? Is it a matter of more repetition? But how come he has this entire room where 90 people on the mat, like a good amount of them are just like competitors, like competitors from all over came to like train. And it was like, is the training room the reason for the environment he created? Is that the reason why there's like, this place is like the hyperbolic time chamber in like Dragon Ball Z? Or is it the actual method? So these are the questions I was constantly asking. And I would even stay after class, like they would always do like this Q&A. He would always do it for just the Death Squad and like the talented guys. And like everybody else would leave and I would just like sit in the back all sweaty and gross, like let my like skin get dry with the nest. It was so nasty there. And like I would just like watch them like and listen, like, okay, he's doing it after class. He said this online that he likes to show stuff after class because he thinks it's the best time. Why is that? And then like, there was no ChatGPT back then, so I just had to look it up myself. Like, is there a real like evidence-based reasoning for why Danaher says what he says and why he does it this way? So yeah, it was like culmination, not so much individual, thing that really stuck.
Yeah, it sounds like it was your think lab for successful jiu-jitsu, and like that has definitely influenced like where you're at today, but then helped you create your own way of thinking, or even mold you into the way you think now, which is influenced by Greg Souders and other guys like that.
Yeah.
So when you were in the Blue Basement, you were often training with Gordon Ryan, Craig Jones, John Danaher, all at the same time?
Not like personally with them. No,
But they were in the same room?
They were in the same room. Like I rolled with some of the smaller guys.
Yeah.
Like Frankie, Ethan, Nick Ortiz when he was there. Like, but not the big guys. I remember one time Nicky Rod asked me to roll, and I was like, fuck that. This dude's like 250 pounds, and he moves like somebody in my weight class.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt me.
Do you have any funny stories from the Blue Basement?
Fun is not the word that comes to my mind. This is actually like, this is a question I've been like figuring out for a while, which is it possible to create a world-class room where not just the competitors are world-class, but the hobbyists, like filthy hobbyists, are world-class in their own right, but at the same time still make the room fun? Because I can tell you, and I'm not going to go too deep into it, but that room, in terms of was it fun, was not fun, but it also wasn't I would say, the healthiest room to begin with. Like, I know there are some moments I'm literally thinking of right now where, like, if this happened in any other academy, I or the other person might have gotten kicked out. Yeah, because egos, like, people are trying to win, egos get, like, wounded, and they come at each other.